What's happening, everybody? Hope everybody's having a good evening. Hope the new year was good to everyone. Through the link. Oh, never know if that's in the background or not. Sorry about that. Like I said, I hope the new year was good for everybody. Fiona, of course. Max is right here. I threw up the link. If anybody's interested in jumping in, please feel free to do so. You are not required to, but it's always fun to have people jump on. Give everyone a minute or two to jump in, and we can start talking about whatever the heck you guys want to talk about, or I'll just start talking about kind of the plans for the channel for this year, and we can kind of, and then there's dog. Yeah, there's always going to be dog. You're fine, Fee. Hey, Tom, your live stream with Dan on Saturday was good. It was very, very long. Very full of shenanigans. Yes, Fee. Hi, Fee. Can I help you, Fee? What's going on? Yeah. Hey, Functional Histories, how you doing? Nice to be right. Looking through my stash as I'm putting the car together. Do you need surfboards, like scale surfboards for any reason? Because I have a lot of them. So those would be something that would be helpful. Let me know. I'm going to start changing the live stream to 8, starting at 8 my time every week. It's just easier than, it makes more sense for all the stuff I'm trying to do. So, and gives people a chance to get on too. What's up, Juan?
Yo, how you guys doing? Thank you for having me.
Hey, McDonald.
Let me change some of this here. Something is like, let me take out all that of the way.
Yeah, so there's going to be some changes this year for the channel. I think it's all going to be good in the long run. I've just got to be a little bit more respectful to myself in terms of the amount of stuff I'm doing, because I did a lot last year, and I can't do that much again, at least not with the content. So.
Well, at least a little better. Well, thank you for having me, 6%. And on the comments, if you let me be on this one, hi there, new guys. Functional histories and lateral age. In functional history, I like very much what you do. So how you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. I'll put a little goodie bag together. What I know I'm not going to use, and I think it'll benefit you at least. So I'll throw some stuff together. I should have the car done on my end, hopefully this weekend. So I will try to ship it to you on Monday, Tuesday, worst case. And I have been filming as much as I can. So.
You're referring to functional histories?
Yeah, we're collaborating to do the Hanshiro. I'm doing some of the initial stuff, and they're going to do all the finishing stuff. So I'm doing all the chopping it up and making it sort of look like it does.
Sounds cool. The more help you have on this, especially if they're a good team, better for you.
Yeah, I like what they do, and they're passionate about it, which is cool. I'm glad to share some time with them. Howdy, Slimo. Howdy, partners. I heard it's National Cheeseburger Day in the USA. I didn't know that. It's National Everything Day. There's always something random Hallmark holiday that we have here. So.
Slimo, you are referring to Dan. This is the date of Dan.
It is not the day of Burger King.
Yeah, the Burger King of YouTube.
So now she looks like a real Doberman.
Yeah, just search for some staple and.
No, there's no staples.
No, not for dog. No, it looks sweet.
If they pin their ears back, they do it normally within the first 10 weeks, and they cut about half the ear off in a lot of cases.
No, if it's necessary, yes, but if it will not contribute to their health, oh no, that's up to you. But no, man.
Well, it wasn't an option. I wouldn't have done it anyway, but I got them both when they were 2, so that wasn't even an option. They both have dock tails, but in some cases, I think that's actually a health issue. But that's
Yeah,
neither here nor there.
that's what I'm trying to say. If it's not a health issue, why do it?
It's a staple of the breed. There's people that's what they like. You know, I never before I had them before I started getting into dog rescue. I just assumed like shepherds, their ears came pointed up. So
not always everything is included.
no, but you know, I'd never seen a Doberman with floppy ears before. So
if you want everything included, just ask Dan the Burger King. Yeah.
No, it's not like would you like fries with that? That's not how this one works.
Sadly, yes. And yeah, new announcement that you're gonna continue on 8 from your time, and I think it will be 7 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Yeah, and 5 Mountain. Yeah, I think I feel it's more convenient for me. I've got to change some things that I'm doing this year because I did way too much last year. I'm not going to change the content or I'm going to try to keep improving the quality and you know the things that I'm doing. I want them to get better every time, and every time I put out a video, I want it to be a little better than last time. But there is got to have a standard. I've been tracking what I'm doing. I did 104 hours of content last year. And
well, you just want quality, but well, you don't want to do less. You want to do more. But if less is more, you hit the dot right there. That's what I'm thinking. What you want to do, which is great. Never bored Hyder and Hyder Buster Radio.
No, Buster Radio. Thank you for jumping in, my friend. Appreciate it. A big reason that we do these live streams, at least on my part, is to show the different channels that are out there that I think are my friends. And I've met a lot of these people in person, and they make good quality content and they have awesome stuff that you should go check out. So if you see a channel that you don't know in here, please go check them out. That's how we get people to see each other's content, and how you'll never know who you're going to find that you might really like. Just don't know. There's so many channels on YouTube. You never know without kind of looking around a little bit.
Yeah, too many good content. There's so many.
Yeah, good evening. How are you doing? Thank you for jumping in. Oh no, Buster Radio, I appreciate you, man. You do a lot of stuff. You do a lot of stuff for the community. You do a lot of stuff for your family. You have a super positive outlook on everything, and I appreciate that because that's what I want to convey as well. I'm here to have fun. I'm not here for the drama. I'm here to hopefully do something cool that you guys want to watch, and also mildly make a fool of myself on a regular basis, which also seems entertaining. So.
This guy wants drama. He wants to get a Chevy and put a Ford engine in it.
That's not drama. That's just car stuff. Lauren, does the hours that you have put out, including the live stream? Yes. Yes. Shorts, live streams, and long form is 104 hours of content that I put out last year.
Just me.
It was a lot. It was a learning process. A lot of stuff I'd not done shorts before. I was trying to grow the channel. There was a lot of reasons behind it. But I didn't really realize. I've been tracking it all just because I wanted to know what I was putting out versus what I was getting back, and what the interaction with people was, and what people did and didn't like. And it's still a little hard to tell because, especially with the shorts, it's very up and down. So I really don't know. I haven't been able to find anything that tracks with what people like or don't like with the shorts. It almost seems like Russian roulette to an extent.
Scott, you do that for the content. On the shorts, you want to attract people to your channel, just in case.
Oh yeah, no, like they say, long form keeps people watching and builds a solid fan base. Short form is to get people to subscribe. And I understand that. I want to use it. I want to use it in a different way this year, and that's part of it too. I want to use it for promotional stuff, show people new things, hopefully show people different things, and of course, the dogs.
Like, it would have been nice to have a short like, well, guys, I'm gonna be starting 1 hour later on my live stream. So it's 7 Central Standard Time. That would have been nice.
Yeah,
You can still do it. You can still do it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which I will do next. There's going to be I'm going to make a video for tomorrow that's going to kind of go over everything that I plan on. At least the starting format of what I think is going to happen for this year.
Yeah,
and it's all going to be subject to change. So
New Year resolution. He wants to put 10 pounds eating burgers with Dad.
No, I'm happy at about 169 pounds.
Yeah, and
for a very large part of my life, I was about 260 pounds. So I'm fine where I'm at. I wouldn't mind putting on some muscle, but that's about it.
Oh yeah, but
you can appreciate it. Yeah, it does feel like a lot of I spent a lot of my life this last year editing video and doing stuff, and my editing skills have improved. The software has improved. I think I've grown immensely as a channel. Hey, Lewis, how you doing? But I definitely need to figure out what I'm doing and make better content out of it.
Which you're able to do so.
Let's see, he's up to 647 hours right now. You mean your overall hours that you've made, or that watch time? I'm sorry, but I'm not 100% sure I got that one. Yeah, I've started a live stream. Your buds will back you. I mean, that's a guarantee. We're all here to help each other. So, and you're always welcome to jump on here and promote your stuff as well. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, I don't really. I haven't had that lately. It's been consistent growth for me, which I'm fine with. It's a little frustrating, but at the same point, everybody that I know that's jumped huge, they can't seem to sustain it. So I don't know if it's better to turtle with subscriptions or to rabbit with them, because it seems to be a weird balance.
Well, some people have been like it being on YouTube's favor to jump, but never bored. If you want to do like live streams just for the hours, you can do that. But like always, the content is better long term. The shorts and to attract new people, and live stream to maintain hours. Or I think 6% get a kick out of this, which is really good, that he likes to interact with you people, which that's how it's supposed to be, my opinion, of course.
Yeah, this to me is fun. This is the one time a week I know I'm not editing video, I'm not doing anything else. I'm relaxing, I'm talking to my friends. It's always, I try to make it as fun as humanly possible. And, I hope that shows. And congrats on the 40 subscribers, though. That's definitely cool.
Yeah.
Everett, hopefully I can get my channel kicked off this year now that I'm not doing media for attraction. Yeah, I mean, let us know if like I said, if you're more than welcome to let us know if you have a channel now, or if you want it to grow, let us know. We'll definitely help. I mean, that's the whole, everybody that's in, especially like the No Name National community, it's very supportive of the people involved. So definitely let us know, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's nice. Lewis hit 608 subscribers today. That's very cool.
Congrats, Lewis.
And old McDonald has a car. I said, I have 900 lighter due to vet. Yeah, that's they're not, these little guys are not cheap. And as they get older, it definitely gets more expensive. Hopefully everything's all right. What's happening, Turbo Tom?
Hi there. Howdy.
Yeah. That's right. Oh, you bringing Homer and Linda to No Name Nash. Oh, nice. So you're gonna have your dedicated burnout car and your go fast in a straight line car. That's nice. Oh my God, we've been Dougstered. What's happening, Dougster?
Before you move of this comment, I want to ask you something very seriously, 6%. What do you think of Dougster here as a member of the community?
He's extremely annoying.
I would say he is very funny, man, and he brings a lot of value to being here. So I'm just glad that you're here, Dougster, and you're definitely part of this. Thank you for being here, man.
Dougster's a ton of fun. It's nice to have Michigan friends in the chat, like Never Bored Dougster. Actually, a lot of the guys, Lewis and Old Man McDonald, had as a car, I always screw that up. We're all in Michigan. I do want to try to do another get together. I'm working on something. I'll try to let you guys know as soon as we can because I think that was fun. I think that's a good chance for us to build another community, especially with Michigan. But no, Duckster's a ton of fun, and he's always got great stuff to chat about, and it's nice when he's in the panel, as they call it. No, yeah, you looks like your channel icon. I know who it is now. I know it's the Hastings Piston Ring guy, but it does look like Where's Waldo had a steroid problem and started pro wrestling. That's kind of what.
But also, I want to say the same for Neville Board. He's one of those. There's always stick around. Lewis Mowers, Buster Radio, Turbo Tom, Lewis Mowers. We are just glad that you guys are here. This is about you, folks.
And that's cool, Everett, that his channel is going to include cars, bikes, or motorcycles, and building 100 attractions. There's a lot of traction with that. My friend Lauren, who's been in a bunch of my videos, and she's in the chat right now, I do believe. She is a Halloween fanatic, so there's a built-in cross fan base, and like New Guys Garage, Tom, his main focus is music, and he's been in bands and done a lot of that stuff. So it's a pretty broad spectrum, and yeah, man. I mean, if you want to, I don't think I have a mod. I did make you a moderator, didn't I? You?
Me? Yes.
Yeah.
What do you need?
No, it might not happen tonight, but when you decide what you're doing with your channel, email me at info6percentrecycled@gmail.com. It's in the about page, and I will definitely throw it up there on the community tab, and we'll make sure to highlight it here when you decide what you're doing. Definitely cross promote because I want to help people.
Let me check here. We have another mod, which is functional histories. Thank you for being here. And hi there, Mohawk. I wanted to highlight something about the other person that you had here that want to start a channel. Okay, if you can go back whenever you can, or you decide. My channel will include everything from working on camera. The thing is, there's a niche because a lot of people like to see people work on things, especially if you see kind of being a lost art, which I think you fit well in that because you said equipment. You need a name that covered that. Everett with the equipment or something like that. But yeah, think very well about the name. The haunted attractions, that's an extra. So I think you should focus more on the side of the automotive and motorcycles and equipment. So you're like a jack of all trades of some sort. So you need a good name, a name that represents that. Attractions, I think that's more of like a hobby or something that you like, which is not bad, but I think where the money is on the vehicles and equipment. Do you agree with me, 6%? Oh, sorry, it's on here.
To an extent, unless I misunderstood Everett, I think his actual main gig is at least promoting and building 100 attractions, which there's definitely a market for it. It might be seasonal. But you might get huge traction in that season, in that basic time frame. But people like behind the scenes stuff. I mean, that's always, you never know.
Yeah, but that's more when you grow. Usually, that's more when you grow, not on the beginning, unless you want to do 2 channels. Everett, if I hope that I pronounce your name correct, but we'll see. And I do wish you the best. I try
a little bit of. Sorry, Juan. I try a little bit of everything at first within reason, because you never know what'll gain traction. You might get something that pops huge that you never even thought of. It's so hard to tell sometimes.
Oh yeah, but like you said, time it's better to focus on one thing. I think you are a good example of this because you work on cars, but you do fabrication and a lot of things that goes into automotive, which fits good. And your name kind of is different, but intrigues like you are involved is something automotive.
Yeah, I didn't want to name the channel Garage or this or that because there's too many of those, and it does. A lot of people, when I'm out and about and I'm wearing like this stuff, or they see the card, they ask what's the 6% thing, and I can tell them it's about the transplants and about what I'm doing with the cars. I'm recycling the cars, and I am recycled.
I thought about gasoline, honestly, about the 6% because it's not pure the gasoline.
Yeah, I'm partially ethanol. We'll go with that.
Mm-hmm.
No, the nice thing is with the at least in my head, the benefit of automotive is you can cover racing, you can cover manufacturing, you can cover materials and tools, and there's a lot within the broad spectrum that sort of ties in. So it touches in a bunch of different markets, at least in my head anyway. You're very welcome, Doug, and I do appreciate you being here, bud.
Oh yes, Doug. Our pleasure, man.
Yeah, and McDonald, definitely just throw some stuff out there, man. That you just got to start. Everybody sucks at the beginning. Everybody sucks at the beginning. If you look at my old stuff, I'm horrible, and even the biggest channels now were dog shit at the beginning, and it's the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I mean that's like part of why I do these is trying to help find new channels and find new friends and get everybody out there to see what's happening.
Thank you for being here, and take care.
Appreciate you, Lewis. Thank you so much, and good luck tomorrow.
I don't know why, but this doesn't have sugar in it, so let me take a little break to do that. My maid failed. I don't have a maid.
The haunt stuff pays bills, yeah. I would assume you can correct me if I'm wrong. I would assume that the haunt stuff is somewhat seasonal, but I mean, I know, God, Halloween is so crazy, and I know, like, especially here in Michigan, my friend Lauren is gaga for Halloween stuff, and people get into decorating and everything else. I know that probably in seasonal, even if it's just seasonal, it probably would do pretty good numbers. Especially if people see, the stuff behind the attractions that normally scare the crap out of them, they only see the front of. What's up, NGG? Tom? Yeah, don't listen to them. Lauren's saying, don't listen to them. Halloween is a lifestyle. Yes, I assume, but I'm building the attractions might be seasonal, but he can correct me if I'm wrong. There's a trace amount of snow here. It was mainly misting for most of the day. Would flip snow. Yeah, it really only misted here. It's just we've had so much rain the last couple days. It would have been a solid foot of snow by now if it was snowing. So yeah, the weather's definitely weird. It's getting cold enough. Like there's frozen water on the ground in the morning, but not too bad. Simon's house is on, and I sell tickets. I don't like it when the axe falls. Nice. Off to bed. Bus radio's off to bed. 3 a.m. comes soon. Yeah. Well, I appreciate you jumping in, my friend, and good luck with everything. And you're more than welcome to jump in whenever you'd like. Thank you very much for dropping by.
Ooh.
People say haunt horror is seasonal, but there are conventions and off-season events. My friend Lauren went to one of the big conventions in Indy. And from what she was saying, they build humongous things there, so I wouldn't doubt that. But that's why I'm asking, because I wasn't 100% sure.
Yeah.
King of Nonsense has to be he and his brother in arms. Oh God. Oh, of course. Now I'm drawing a blank. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm drawing a blank.
What happened to you?
I see his videos all the time. It's LP94 and oh God, hold on one second. I will correct my error here. JB's Little Shop. That's what it was. I just could not get it out of here. Out of my brain. They're definitely cohorts in crime. Only Donaldson was windy and snowing where he's at.
On the last, folks.
I suppose to haul a Zuck grader to Lawrence, Michigan on Tuesday. Supposed to be a blizzard. Oh, that'll be exciting. I'm looking forward to that. Thank you, Dougster. I knew somebody would get it in the chat, but I hate it when my brain locks up like that. So much as I go to Gen Con, it has nothing to do with Halloween. I understand that, but I'm saying that they build out things, and I don't doubt they might cross over, they might not. It says, I have one character that is booked at over 16 conventions and 6 haunts so far this year. Nice. Very cool. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely, throw that stuff out. Zucchini. Wasn't sure if that was some weird name for a Zamboni or, Yeah, Neverword works in produce and produce accessories. Interesting to see how Dan's strike is going.
Yeah, I'm just checking here because I see some comments that is not getting to our end for some reason. I'm just checking. Continue there. 6%.
Well, sometimes there's a weird delay.
I miss it.
How come one has one of your hats and I don't? Because he won it in the contest for my 1,000 subscriber giveaway. When I pulled stuff out of the hat, that was my last giveaway prize, and Juan won it.
You should give one to Lauren. Come on, 6%. Huh?
I just had the 2 made.
So I have one of two?
Yeah, there's only 2 of these. There's this one and that one.
Oh man, I had to put this. I had to enclose it. I should not be wearing it.
Oh come on, man! I wear this all the time. I'm gonna have more made. It was one of those things where I could afford to do this now and that now. So I'm trying to. Anytime I have money set aside, I'm trying to get promotional stuff going.
But with your signature, you can make it valuable. I am not you. I should no man. I had to put this on a box without oxygen.
Yeah. Well, I am a long way away from being famous or in any way, shape, or form. So. No, I don't think he was going to put Zuckerberg in a hearse, but
No.
I think a lot of people would enjoy the building part, like the airplane and a haunt that has a BRG. Very nice. Yeah, no, I mean that's. Like I said, you never quite know. Definitely, if you put stuff out, and like I said, I don't know if I'm not sure where your channel is.
Try it.
Put out there, see what happens, and like I said, everybody sucks at the beginning, and. Dexter wants to drive a Zamboni at Little Caesars Arena for my beloved Red Wings. Yeah. Are they? I heard they were doing all right at the beginning. Red Wings is a hockey team, one in case you're not a hockey fan. Little Caesars is in downtown Detroit. That's where the Red Wings and the Detroit Pistons basketball play. And Zamboni is that ice cutting machine. It's that box thing that goes around and slices fresh face on the ice for the hockey players. Lauren, make sure Scott makes one and signs it so yours is worth more. It's not. Yeah. Well, whatever. The next hats are going to be a little different. So
they gotta be different. Leave this one alone.
I would rather have had it with the logo, but the same point. The words are fine. It's just got to figure out where to do them. My friends that make some of my other graphics and stuff might be able to do some shirts and other things as well. So I just got to get it.
I expect a shirt, 6%. I do expect a shirt and another hat.
Well, you should have come to Monet Nationals. I gave out 12 shirts for free.
Man, come on. What an insult.
I had them made for that. I couldn't afford to make any more than that.
No. Next time, 1 for 1. One for 1. Bah.
Well, Lauren, you can't bitch. He's got a hat. You've got 2 sweatshirts. You've got nicer sweatshirts than I have with the logos on it. So you got a zip up. I don't have one of those. I had 2 of them made for PRI, so she had the logo crap on her.
Who did you refer to that way? It was Lauren? Don't do that to Lauren. She's no, man.
She's my friend. That's how we talk to each other sometimes. I'm also kind of a sarcastic dick on occasion, one.
Yeah, it seems so, but come on, don't treat. Leave it. No, don't put that in here. Come on, man. Oh, Hi
New
there,
guys.
Tom. And
Hot
what
and
is
spicy ramen with eggs.
Hi there. And what is the
Hi.
name of that sweetheart?
Aubrey.
Aubrey. Hi there, Aubrey. My name is Juan.
Swan?
Juan.
Juan.
Oh,
That Juan, but Swan was that's a beautiful name too.
Yeah,
It is.
the Red Wings were in the playoffs.
I see.
Nice. The Red Wings were in playoff contention or in the playoffs for damn near 25 years. They won 6 championships, if I remember correctly, and then they just kind of tanked. So they're getting better this year again because Detroit has a lot of sports teams and they don't do a lot of good. It's kind of been on a suck streak, everybody lately.
yeah.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Just sign the most random things for me to sign. That's great. It won't. That and $5 aren't going to give you 6 at this point, but I do appreciate them.
Let me go to here. Start with the toothbrush. That was it.
You want me to sign a toothbrush for her?
Yeah. No, her. That is in use. Like. You can show everything you want. If you don't plug that thing on, don't speak.
What are you talking about, Juan?
I'm not sure.
You better plug that thing to an app, or I'm gonna make sure someone kicks you out of here.
Who you want it plugged in?
Of course.
Yeah, I admit it. We'll get there, Juan.
Thank you, Dan.
Yay.
What? Dan?
Tom, sorry, Tom. Thank you, Tom.
You guys don't even look that much alike. It's just you're normally together, so it bleeds together, especially with the names.
You're brothers. The thing is, you're the older brother. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, I'm older.
It seems the other way around.
Older
but yeah,
8 years.
Makes sense in the way you guys talk, but in the way that you look, Dan seems the older one.
He looks older than I do.
Yes.
But it's also his old-timey ways with the carburetors and firearms and knives. It's like he's in the 1880s.
Mohawk, he need also to the whammy bar and move the head and, all that kind of thing. Move the beard because I don't think he has hair. But yeah, he got to plug that into an amp. He has to. He cannot show a guitar. Look at this thing. And the most important, which is the sound, he's going to not let us hear it. Come on.
Oh, Juan, the thing about that is it's not going to sound good on the live stream. But I'll plug it in for you.
Just a little bit.
When I moved back to Michigan in 1997, they call Detroit or Michigan Hockey Town on the radio, and I'd never heard the ads before. I thought they were saying hey honky town. I'm like, the hell is that about? It's Hockey Town. So I was okay. There's white people in Detroit. Who knows these things? Weird to me, but it's like, why would you call it? There's white people. We're everywhere. That it happens. Hey, Tom, Angus is Slimo's asking, is your guitar the same as Angus from AC/DC?
It's a lookalike.
It's the same style he plays. It's not the same brand. I had one of the same brands, but
maybe you want to lower the volume a little bit, so we can appreciate what you're talking.
Therefore, said he thinks that you and Juan should. And therefore, said he thinks that Tom and Juan should do a dueling banjos.
I wish I could.
Oh, well, I know dueling ukuleles. First time I heard on the radio, I thought they said honky town. It's like, okay, again, it didn't. Whatever.
Okay, I think. Do you want make Tom big so he can really show it off? and talk about it.
We got to say hi to LNA first, and then we can.
Whoa, LNA! Whoa, dude!
Upsize the timer.
Where's the?
This is your moment to shine.
Hi. So my brother, New Guy Garage. He got me
Dan.
the guitar for Christmas. It is actually vintage 1974 guitar. It's a Ventura.
Which makes it one of a kind. In your case, why?
Well, this guitar, this style that they made, was directly involved in a lawsuit by Gibson.
In America? Mm-hmm.
Yes. So the American company sued the Japanese company for copyright infringement or whatever.
They're not the same, but they were
the
close.
same. It's the same people basically making the same instrument. So
Are you gonna play something for us, Tom?
what do you want me to play?
You had an SG, correct, Tom?
Yes, I had an actual Gibson SG.
Okay, Tom. I think for the case you having a Ventura, something that sounds clear, maybe melodic, maybe funky, and that is easier for you as a second nature to play. It will be the best, I think.
I mean, it's a nice. The pickups got a lot of grit to them, which I like.
The first chords of I'm
That
a
goes
Creep. I'm a Creep.
Did you just ask me to play Barbie Girl one?
No. Yes.
There we go.
That's the thing.
I've been here before. So fucking special. Yeah. I haven't heard that song in quite a while, but I believe that's the.
Because Dan's a creep.
He's a weirdo.
Yeah, yes. He drives an orange Mustang.
It's classified as red.
But yeah, as far as
he's poisoning your daughter's mind with that Mustang crap.
he's being a good niece.
I think we killed one.
I have hot and spicy stuff.
Yes,
Yeah.
you're eating hot and spicy ramen.
Or hot. It's neither. It's just straight up good. That's all it is. With some scrambled egg and water.
Neither hot nor spicy.
Well, you seem to have the taste bud of someone that. I'm sorry for you, Dan. Tom. When she grows up, she have quite the taste, but it's self-explanatory. So she's your.
Well, I like spicy stuff, so
She's your girl, so makes sense. Just like their dad and uncle.
I came out of my mom, and she doesn't like spicy stuff at all. And I can eat Takis.
Mm-hmm.
No reaction. I don't really have Takis right now. Even up there.
So basically, what Tom is doing, that what he played It's just about the tone and the clarity of the guitar. I'm surprised about the
I have to say-
intonation of one of the
This is
chords.
how tall I am standing up.
Juan was talking. We can't be interrupting people on the live stream.
Well, that's how our live streams work, though. It's normally turns into a crap fest.
But the thing is, the last one of the chords that he did has the correct intonation. That's what makes the difference into a $200 guitar, 50, 100, and a Ventura, because that was like, I haven't heard a guitar like that, which makes sense, but speak about the quality of the people who were behind on the building and the craftsmanship, which is cool. I don't play guitar right now, but if he wants to sell it, I'm a buyer.
Oh, this ain't going anywhere, Juan.
I know. That's why I said that.
This is now my baby.
It is. So I wish you the best on it and make it last as long as humanly possible. For real.
We're gonna have to take the pickups apart here pretty soon and figure out what's going on with this sticky one, but one of these won't adjust correctly.
Tom, can you show that part, Tom? The screws? Because probably 6% will get it in some of you on the comments.
The what? The screws?
Yeah, show the screws. Show the screws. The one that
I don't know if you can.
Someone play with them. See?
Yeah. This one over here is severely stripped out. And the rest of them are just mildly stripped out.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like somebody went at it with a butter knife.
Yeah, that's exactly what it looks like. Yeah.
But
I know what. Yeah, I know what Juan's leading to, though. It was made in Japan, or they're Japanese industrial standard screws. That's why they want to come out with Phillips.
Does
By the way,
the screws seem JIS to you, Tom? 6%?
More than if they're that stripped out, possibly, or somebody just said they had no idea what they were doing. One of the two.
We'll have to send a link to this guy so he can get JIS.
Yeah, and Neverboard, isn't your wife is of Hispanic descent, correct? So how do you not do spicy food?
I'm Hispanic, and the spicy food that you guys think of is not our version of spicy food. Like spicy, it's a spicy hot, not a spicy like it makes your taste buds crazy.
Yeah,
you know, it's not that kind of food. Mm-hmm.
I before I got sick, I didn't eat a lot of spicy stuff, but the spicy style foods normally have a lot less salt content, and I try to eat as little salt as humanly possible. So I've grown to enjoy spicy foods now.
Yeah, it's just not salt. You can use I forgot the name in English, but when you use let's say oregano, how you call that?
Oregano?
Yeah, but spices is what you call it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Use the spices, not salt content. There's some misconception.
Yeah, a lot of mild stuff. They use salt to flavor the whatever it is, and it tends to be a flavor thing for a lot of people. So
no,
manufacturers.
That happened in Puerto Rico, and people started, the health wise, and some of them learn not to use overuse of salt. Don't go that route, guys.
Can't have those two. Sorry.
Yeah, I know that.
Happy New Year.
Happy New
Thank
Year.
you, Ari. You too.
I have something in my eye.
Juan, what were you saying? You wanted me to keep it all original?
I think that would be the best move, but if you have a good reason, go ahead. Because it's yours at the end of the day. It just
I'm not like the Bigsby's the only extra thing that's being added to it, and that's my preference.
Yeah, because preference is one thing, But if you want to keep the value of the guitar, you should leave it as original as possible. Or
Well, I can assure you one. This guitar will go nowhere else. I'm
never
not
know.
Trying to sell this thing ever. So
Yeah, but I had a suggestion, which I think that's where you're going at. That you haven't probably spoken about it. If you're gonna do some alteration, keep the old part separately. If you want to go back, you can do it, and that way there will be no problem if you put another pickup or whatever it may be, as long as you can go back to the past.
Even the pickups, like I'm gonna, when I take it out to figure out what's wrong, why it won't adjust properly, I'm gonna see what they are. If they're original, it's staying in there. Like that's the sound I wanted to begin with. So
yeah, but
why I like the Gibson so much.
It's just that what I'm going to say, you have a mix. There's some Gibson in it, but it's not a real Gibson. You can easily notice. It has something else special going for it that I would suggest try to leave that untouched. When you do the creep chords,
like
the chords.
Putting a Gibson symbol on it.
Take it easy, Mohawk.
What happened to the?
What do you mean?
Take your Mohawk. You don't have a. That is not a real Gibson.
No.
If that's a Ventura.
Yeah.
If you want to alter it, okay.
It's not going to be a Gibson. Like no, it's a Vin. What it is what it is. Juan. That's I don't fake around like that. To me, that's I'm not going to like put a Gibson logo over the other logo.
Reinvent it. That's the thing. You don't want to reinvent that guitar. You want to make it probably your style, but improve upon your taste keep it as a Ventura.
The only things that are going to be like, I'm going to swap out the tuning heads because they're kind of greasy and gunked up. I'm going to see if I can refurbish the ones that are on it. But I don't know.
Throw the parts.
Those old ones.
Don't throw the parts. If you cannot do something about it, don't throw the parts. Just in case.
I could probably rework them so they'll work better. But I'm going to get new ones to put in there for now. And until I rework the old ones. And then like the screws that are stripped out, I'm going to replace all the screws. Probably.
If they're JIS, I would retain those screws and use JIS. If you, for the value wise.
Well, I mean, screws in guitar wise they don't, like the original screw that held the pick guard on doesn't matter. As long as it's the original pick guard.
That's what you think.
And the original guitar.
That's what you think.
Because I've seen a lot of stuff.
No, I know you've seen a lot of stuff, but
yes, the screws are gonna, if they're not like working, if they're stripped out and rusty, that devalues the guitar. Also,
you can get, I don't know if you can get another Ventura screws or something similar. That will be help. I'm speaking. Okay, you're thinking like a guitarist, which I don't blame you.
Well, I'm thinking about like I get what you're saying. Like the more original it is, the better. But it's not like a car.
But the thing is, the collective world is heading there.
Okay.
Believe it or not, that like we stole 6% live stream, which I don't mind.
I'm gonna give you another minute to yab around about screws, and we're going back to spicy foods and moving on.
Yeah, but the thing is, like collective movies, like movies that people like, cassettes, the difference could be just a scratch, and that could make it worth like couple of pennies and then thousand upon thousand.
Well, I know, I get that one, but the thing is, like David Gilmour's original guitar sold for $3.7 million or something crazy like that, right?
Okay, what was the guitar?
David Gilmour's guitar, his original black Stratocaster with the
That's what you're not seeing. It's David Gilmour guitar.
Exactly.
It's
And
not
like it wasn't like if
it's
they
not a
swapped out the
Ventura.
screws,
The price is on the artist. It's
like
not
there's
about the guitar.
$100,000 Stratocaster that wasn't owned by anybody famous going for that much.
Yeah, but it's a
Everything
Stratocaster.
plays.
It's a
Everything
Stratocaster.
works on it. That's what makes it. Like if you have a bunch of rusty old screws in there, it's not going to make the value of a guitar go up.
Well, if it's an American, right, guitar, and you can get the same screws, stainless steel, it won't matter. The thing is, do you have access to the original screws? What I'm trying to say is maybe you want to put new screws that are Phillips American, just in case. You never know. Keep the other ones. That's what I'm saying. If you want to renew it, whatever you want, and you
I can tell you for certain, Juan, that those aren't the same screws that held the neck on before.
Throw them then.
But
throw them. That's your decision. I'm just
no. I'm just saying those aren't original screws in there to begin with.
Well, two things. I'll buy you some JIS screws and a JIS screwdriver just to make Juan feel better. But we're going to move back on. And Neverboard was saying that his wife, she makes me, quote, separate boring dishes, and then she pours on the spices for herself. LNA was saying that his family is Rican, loves spicy, doesn't exist. It's not, it's got a kick or it doesn't.
yes. Well said, LNA.
Put Gibson parts on it. Yeah, you slap whatever you want to. Paint it orange. It'll be fine. New guys garage. Hey, worrying about the value of something that you are never going to sell doesn't matter. Just like with our hot rods, I am not keeping the Mustang original because who cares? It's mine.
Says the guy that eats burgers all day and 3 days a week. Sorry, 3 days, 3 times a day and like 100 a week.
He's not Wimpy from Popeye or Bluto. Sorry.
Gladly pay you today or tomorrow for a burger today.
Yes. Do whatever you're. I mean, at the end of the day, Tom, it's if it was an SG, I think Juan's 100% right. You know, don't fiddle with it. But it's a Ventura. I assumed it was Jesse Ventura's own guitar line, but you know, that's the inner wrestling geek in me, I guess.
Well, I'm just gonna say if Tom
shit and goes,
if Tom wants to do a live stream about this, I'm already in, and to a profound discussion and make some points, because at the end of the day, it's your guitar. You do whatever you want with it. I'm just
keep the volume down a little bit.
I just gotta be a historian for it, what it is. That part of me cannot go.
Knob. Turn it down.
And we both want the best, so everyone wants the best. So that won't be any problem. But I walked through the Black Flea Market in Texas, and I got dry peppers, almost fell down. Yep, probably.
I see different. I want my kids to make top dollar off my stuff. Lord knows they're going to sell. Might as well make sure they get a chunk for it. You never know. They can. You know, if we all get famous on YouTube, they want to keep their dad's famous Mustang. So.
Well, a Mustang is worth. Even the '90s one they won a lot of money, which I'm like, that was a downer for me. Nobody wanted those cars, and suddenly.
Yeah, it's almost more expensive to buy a Fox body from the 80s or 90s than it is to buy a 70s Mustang at this point, or even a late 60s, depending what it is.
Well, depend the price you get it for, but I like those Mustangs, and the parts were easily to get, but now it's a different story. Like I'm speaking about 3 or 4 years ago, like so much has happened. It's insane. Well, we all can relate to that, I guess. Not on cars.
Yeah, inflation's gone and made everything a little bit more craptacular.
Spin
Mine's in the 17-ish range. 10 years from now, triple. No, yeah, especially if you keep cleaning it up and doing stuff to it, it'll be worth more.
Mhm. And now there's a spot for cars, which I'm impressed, for resto mods. Now they were not usually well looked at, but
Yeah, like the Chandler and the Honda, they're worth what I'm going to have into them pretty much. So my TJ's worth more than I could. That's realistically, I could probably get 12 to 15 grand for it, but I'm not selling it because I'd never get another one. So that'll be on the channel more this next year.
or maybe someone else might be interested if they're a subscriber of the channel. But yes, I get it. Probably won't be, the price won't skyrocket. I get it. You never know.
You told their value quite well. It's not super popular on the channel, though. I was quite surprised. I think it's because I haven't lifted it and done all kinds of crazy crap to it yet. So.
Tom, what happening, Tom? Tom is like on the verge of a cringe or going mad or something. Yeah, I do agree, LNA.
No, LNA, the Chandler, there will be a Chandler, barring something incredibly stupid happening, there will be a Chandler video next week, and it will be the car done. So just throw that out there now.
I know this guy probably will get a Harbor Freight engine and put it like from the mower or probably something like that and put it on the Honda.
Engine works just fine, Juan. Not 100% sure of everything else yet, but it's at the point. So
Tom's wanna cry. Tom's on the verge of crying.
He's got to go teach them how to play too. I think that's part of it. But most restaurants never get used. These filthy rich guys invest a truckload of money into that trick car just to get parked in a nice garage. They have spent so much money, they don't want to hurt it. Oh, it's understandable. I mean, it is, and vehicles.
No, it's not understandable. No,
I understand. No, I do understand it because they're not building it because they like cars. They're building it because it's an investment. That's the only bad thing about the car hobby being the way it is right now. It's everybody's looking at it not as a retirement fund, more than something to be enjoyed. Now you can do whatever you want. The nice thing is it keeps people involved and interested in the hobby. The bad thing is it makes everything more expensive because they know there's a market for it and there's people that'll pay it, so they just keep jacking up the prices on top of inflation.
Well, you hit it a spot that it needs to be discussed, and especially I think you're the guy for it. Tom, what would you think about what this comment already stated? What about these kids or newer kids that want to learn and want to be like you or LNA? Maybe they want to be like them, just have their car and get as cheap as possible, but they cannot nor will be able because it's on a garage and now it's worth more than a house or like a house. Any opinion on that?
Okay, hold it. Say that again. I only caught like bits and pieces. I got.
The thing is, okay. Again. Let me make it short. Can you highlight the comment again for me? 6%. And sorry about that. Yeah. Keep reading the comment, Tom. And the question was more for 6%. What could be done for people that are teenage boys, girls, and they want to learn to work around cars, they want to do their projects, but newer cars are not like the older ones. So the thing is, what can be done or they could be doing to learn about it? The thing is, you want to learn about something, you want to go, you don't have probably all the money in the world or the best tools. You don't have like $100,000 garage filled with the tools and everything you need, probably at like $1 million. So what could be done for the newer generation to learn and wants to do things, but they're not able because some people are just
YouTube is where I think a lot of the younger kids go nowadays to learn. Basically, I mean, all the stuff that I've done to my car, I've looked up on YouTube. I've looked up guitar lessons and stuff on YouTube. If you want to learn about something or become good at something, that's where I think you should start.
Yeah, but you have 6% in there, and your father was a mechanic. We're not even you are on the position that could be called privilege. What will happen 10 years from now on where people like you won't have Tom or Dan?
Somebody's gonna have to do something. Juan, I noticed this, like all, but it's learning. One, like the younger, everybody bags on the younger generation because they don't know how to fix this or fix that, but like they don't have a lot of opportunity a lot of the time, and then
a big part of that's our fault because we didn't freaking teach them. It's not just they don't want to; it's that you didn't instill it.
But what's your opinion on that 6%? Because already Tom already give his point, which I to certainly agree. But I'm saying for the materials to get it on your hands, one way or another, because nowadays I think if you go to older people and you're like, "Oh, I like that car, I would like to work on it," they will give you a look and like, "Stay away."
My community is a lot different. Like, especially like when I was in a band, and like there would be like littler people coming up and being like, "Oh my god, you're so awesome! Like, how do you do that?" And and then, like I always took the time to like talk to them, and because you never know like when like somebody needs that, So I don't know.
Yeah, I think Ellen has a good point. It's literally two different worlds. If you want to work on old cars, it can be done as learned by pure experiment. Anything new stuff really does require training. You almost have to have some form of training for the newer stuff, or at least watch things where people that are experienced show you how to do the things with newer cars. Because you can. It's not like if you screw up a carburetor or something on an older car. It's expensive and it's going to be annoying, but you can actually destroy a newer car if you screw up electrical componentry on it.
Mm-hmm.
And Dan and his jerry rigging. Well, your jerry rigging dad.
Well, you took that upon you, Dan.
What's happening on finished projects?
And there's a lot of things like, especially electrical work, like you don't want to like do any of that unless you know what you're doing. Like you want to have a grasp on it before you take apart something like that, because that's a good way to get shocked. Even replace the power plug on my amplifier. It was a lot of like stuff I had to research about how to discharge the amp and how to make sure there's no electricity in there when I'm cutting off the cord, because otherwise it would have killed me.
I'm sure. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
That stuff that I sent you for my friend help at all?
6%.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he's my go-to guy for electrical crap. It's what he does at a pretty high level. And disclaimer: if you have a hybrid or an electric vehicle, don't touch the orange wires. Okay, the wiring that's wrapped in orange, leave it the hell alone.
No.
It has a very high potential to, if it doesn't kill you, it's going to ruin your day for a long time. Don't touch it. Okay? If it's wrapped in orange, leave it alone.
We're not speaking about that. We're not speaking.
Just because we're talking about electrical, it's like, yeah, if it's wrapped in orange, leave it alone.
Yeah, leave it to an expert.
Bought a rasp set and some 60 grit sandpaper rolls and mandrel Friday. I'm buying a Hobo Freight plug-in die grinder. I'm going to
Quite
cork
the
my own
party, these guys.
soon. First time. That's gonna be interesting, Doug. You definitely got to film that, man. It'll be fun to watch all the chips fly and go, oh crap! What in there?
Oh,
You can put the wrong bolt in the ball. Oh yeah. Every time my dad was a cop, I fixed his cars. There you go. Well, you should not fix them too good so he couldn't catch you. Electricity. Well, it is sort of, but yeah, you just got to be very careful.
I'll have to get going.
Yeah, when I say that, yeah. And the funny thing is, I was working on in 03, I was working on the Escape hybrids, and we had no training. There was, no training involved. You just didn't touch the orange wire. I worked on them all the time, did all kinds of stuff with them. And then when I started doing labor time with them in 04, 05, they wanted you to cordon off the car. In the manual, it says cordon off the car, put on a layer of leather gloves, then put on a layer of rubber gloves, eye protection, and then disconnect the thing in the back, and then start working on it. It's like we did all kinds of stuff just randomly in development and testing. It was like, nah, just don't touch this, you'll be fine. But don't touch it, because if you touch it, you're not going to be fine.
No.
Good. Definitely.
That's extremely high voltage. Like, you won't be the same person. Well,
it has.
You won't have the same body. Let's say
it has extremely high potential to kill you. If it doesn't, it's going to ruin the shit out of your day for a very long period of time.
Not your day, your life.
Well, no, if it doesn't kill you, it's going to alter your life for the rest of your life. Hell, our dad has duct tape frame rails back together. If we were poor, he fixed stuff out of necessity, not as a hobby. Also, the dryer on fire by using duct tape is electric. Yeah, well, there's a lot of things you can learn from Dan as a don'ts. Yeah,
well, not to do.
Yeah, and I don't doubt it. There was, within reason, you have to be extremely careful, and especially when you're used to. Come on, wave your hands in the air.
Yeah, let it go. Let it go.
Don't screw cell tappers in a wiring harness. That is a very good disclaimer. Hold on. Well,
it's a normal day here.
You have your own wacky inflatable arm tube man back there, but she's your daughter.
Yeah.
That's about it too. Yeah.
I like that face he makes. Like, I'm not here.
And I think this applies to Dan. Silence is golden. Duct tape is silver.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, if it doesn't kill you, it's going to ruin your day. If there's a very high chance it'll kill you, so please don't do that. If you have a hybrid vehicle or electric vehicle, have someone else work on a worst case unless you are competent and trained. We used to DTE to do their safety class every other year. Impressive to watch a hot dog cook instantly on a drop. Oh yeah, Transformer's a whole other animal. Yeah, we lost one back in my area behind my house. I saw this big flash. And the DTE guys came out. A squirrel completed the circuit on a transformer and basically disintegrated. There was like a squirrel burned outline. That was all that was left.
Barbecue.
No, instant. It wasn't even. It was just like powder. Like just burnt air. That was all that was left. Like it exploded.
No protein left.
Well, yeah, Turbo Tom, I'm gonna say that if you want to do that, I will watch. But I will not do that one myself. But yeah. Well, of course, and Dan says silence won't get as much done as duct tape. Well, there is that.
Well,
Sometimes you can use duct tape to achieve silence.
That is true. Although duct tape,
the mean face. Now he's changing it for.
It's just you just see this thing going back and back and forth and back.
Oh, and axe is flying.
I thought Lee was gonna El Kabong you with that guitar for a second.
Yeah.
Now he's playing. I taught him how to play a song.
Hey, you forget
No, this is when he came into the channel. I thought he was gonna
Make sure this is one of them.
Was that the mean face your dad made? Okay, she left it. Another win for Duct.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Your own blood.
Marty thinks you're weird enough.
Your own blood, baby. You cannot deny that.
And the link is pinned, so if anybody else wants to jump into this shit show, feel free to do so. You're not required. You're always welcome.
This is a family channel, and we have a family active on the background.
Mm-hmm.
Is it on there?
You forget 1,000 things every day. Make sure this is one of them.
And no, you're not going to continuously say that every now and again.
Yes. Hey, Dad, look, I'm playing a guitar. Dad.
Yeah, I had a buddy that I worked with at a Ford dealer, and he completed his circuit. It was either 240 or 480, and yeah,
Oh man!
Another guy I worked with that was an electrician, and he got burned so bad he smelled in the summer. Like he actually that never got rid of the burn smell.
No.
Yeah, if a couple of people down here aren't careful, they're going to get a circuit completed on them.
Yeah. Yeah, if looks could kill one, would be looking for pallbearers.
I didn't get that.
I think you meant for like you'd have to help Tom find a hole to bury some small
Oh no!
Family pet died.
Yeah, Buffalo Bill. This is a classic Slimo. Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs like duct tape. So does Dan. Does anyone even do radiator repairs these days? Like most places just want to replace. Only there are shops that do standalone radiator repairs and that type of stuff, but I don't know of any normal repair shop that does their own work. It's all sent out stuff.
Yeah,
it's all special, as far as I know around here anyway.
Yeah, because even though the ones that comes with the car that are like 70% plastic, they don't want to fix it, even if they can. They prefer
the plastic aluminum ones. You can't within reason. I mean, you can, but you'd have to have specialized tools. But the older steel and brass ones, there are still places that will fix them. No, you can't braze plastic, but you can weld it.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm referring to the aluminum part, not the plastic part. They can do it.
Some you can't. It really just depends on what the materials are, and there's a lot of variables. And unfortunately, it is easier to simply throw it away and get a new one. And a lot of times, you're actually going to be spending less money buying a new part than trying to fix, especially stuff like that.
No, and getting the client to understand I think that's the part that people say, like, for the client time-wise, let's just replace it and buy a new one with warranty and get over with it.
Yeah, there is. I mean, even like a couple years ago when I replaced the radiator in my TJ, I went through. I'm on my fourth radiator. I had two bad ones from O'Reilly in a row. They didn't even make it out the driveway. They were both leaking from the core. Then I got a Mopar one from Rock Auto, and that was bad after about a week. And I got another one. That one's finally hanging in there, but it was like, and that was before all the craziness when everybody really started saying how bad the parts were, and how I had a lot of friends, even with my neighbors. He bought 3 vanity mirrors from 2 different stores for his bathroom remodeling, and 3 of them were bad. He finally got a good one on the 4th trip. They were either broken in the box or they were delaminating or breaking within 2-3 days. It's crazy.
Yeah, getting the help you need and even parts is getting hard to get. Let me get this hat off.
Yeah, it does if it's plastic. Well, it's not just that. It's the materials, the workmanship, and the care. There's no quality control too. That's part of it.
And most importantly, the client to understand, because the client's the one that is paying for, and make someone like that come to the store or the repair place more than one time. They're not used to that anymore. Give me a moment here, guys.
No, the Bobcat dealer who has a full machine shop, they will do whatever you like for a serious cost these days. Yeah, Six is right. It's cheaper to buy. And to an extent, I understand it. Sometimes your only option is to fix it, even because quality is bad. It really does vary. Like I buy fail-safe thermostats for my cars because they fail open, so they won't. Your car won't overheat. It just will never warm up. Well, I put one in my Cherokee last April, and it already failed last month. I had to replace it in 9 months. That's ridiculous. The nice thing is at least it failed open, so that didn't burn up the car, I didn't overheat it, didn't blow the head gasket, but having to replace the part, and it's a $15 part, but you got to drain the coolant, you got to pull things off, you got to clean things up, you got to repair things, replace things. It's not just a quick job, unfortunately.
And you guys I keep seeing or hearing like bad parts, but if you want someone to fix them, they have to have the skill set. That person has to eat. That person needs a roof, repair shop, a medical plan, health care plan. So it won't be cheap. It cannot be cheap. That's
and Juan, some of the stuff is beyond that, like the lifters and cams not being heat treated right. Some of it is just bad product. Like they know what they're making is bad. Like the companies that are selling these things know they're making garbage, and they're selling it anyway.
But they buy it so much in bulk that we're not speaking about 2 or 3 units. We're speaking about thousands.
No, it's probably 30 to 40%, if not higher, than failure rate. But they apparently don't care because they're not changing it. So if enough people finally start saying something, or we stop buying it, maybe it'll change. But to purposely and willingly stop correctly producing a product is remarkably stupid.
It is, but money talks, and there's another saying that I don't like to mention here, but in mind, you have a warehouse storage filled with those parts, and the best way will be to put it in the trash and get new ones. They don't like to do that. Let's be honest.
A lot of places, if something breaks, they don't even actually return it. They just send you another one because it was so cheap for them to have it made or make it themselves. They don't care. It's more money to return the part than it is just to give you a new one.
But I'm glad that people here care about fixing stuff. Tom, you were going to say something.
I'm going to have to run to the store quick, so I will be back later. If you're still on.
Wait.
Thank you for being here and showing us the guitar.
I have a song.
Nope, it's Tom or La Tom on the slide guitar.
Okay, one more time.
I know what he wanted to do.
It's his first time playing it, so.
Sounds better than I would be, so.
All right, I'll be back.
Thanks,
Okay,
Tom.
brother.
No, you're not wrong. If they are selling bad parts, what the motivation is there to improve the quality? Well, at a certain point, enough things will have to go back, or people have to stop by. At the end of the day, us have the power as long as we band together and do things. If we don't, we just suck it up and deal with it. No, it'll just keep getting worse.
Well,
Unfortunately.
if you let me add to that, how do I put it? Some of these companies have a section now where you can write an email. If you think that doesn't work, I will tell you wrong, because they make money selling and they know about the culture. Like if someone here says, or 6%, this part from this brand, it doesn't work, and like 20 of you guys are like, I was going to buy that thing, thank you for the heads up, I'm gonna look elsewhere. So these companies are aware. Believe it or not, they're watching us on YouTube. They're watching streams like this.
Yeah, they're watching bigger channels, though. I don't have the pull to really.
They even watch us. Believe it or not. What I'm trying to say is, we gotta learn also how to communicate. So if they have a website, write up, and believe me, you can be done. It can be done.
No, the whole thing is there's strength in numbers. The more people that get together and say, "Hey, these are bad. Things can change." It just isn't fast.
Yeah, but they do studies.
It changes on the other end fast, but it changes from us to them slowly. Yeah,
okay.
And people throw stuff out. People throw extremely expensive stuff away a lot. I'm not surprised, and I am surprised.
Okay. Let me tell you this, Tom. Have you noticed when someone thinks well, knows how to communicate, knows how to interpret things, and write, you become very dangerous? Do we have that common ground here? Am I right or am I wrong?
No, you are very much correct. And old McDonald is right. It was smoke on the Whopper.
So,
burgers
folks,
in the sky.
Yeah, right.
Morality does not have a place in big business. No, there's a difference between morality and just at the end of the day, if you don't sell, if you choose to make a bad part and eventually people say they don't buy it anymore, then your company goes out of business. So it isn't morality. It's you don't ever try to make a company change their morals. You inform them where they care. You hit them in the pocketbook, which is enough people do something.
Exactly.
Or start buying part A instead of part D. That does change, but it is slow from our end to make.
And they know that people that are here watching and us, we do care about morality. So even if they don't care and they hit us and we like communicate what is going on, they know. They remember, they work for that. They live doing that, selling. So,
but never think of it as morality, because it's not. It's money. Just think
probably,
of it as
probably. Usually,
I'm
there's someone who cares, but go for that. I need this part. If it's not working, I can go someplace else.
I'm indifferent on all of that. We need to make more money. Nobody makes money, including you, when something lasts half as long. That's true. There is making a product that has most things have a shelf life, and that's become more and more prevalent especially with all our technology. But making a product that's poorly manufactured, if you made a product for 20 years and you're suddenly making it different now, it also costs you money to make it differently. You had to change how you made it. You had to change
Sorry about that.
Pleasure. There's a lot more to it. It's very strange. It's some of the things I can see I understand newer stuff being made to a lower standard, but when you purposely and willingly change how you make a product you've made for a certain period of time, it's kind of it's weird. because I've seen it from the other side. It costs a lot of money to change these things. It's not just a quick fix.
And LNA, I think he fell at something. I think you're speaking more about yourself. Can you highlight that comment where he says I'm indifferent? Because you're forgetting something. People are not taking care of their things, so it doesn't matter how well you do a product. If you don't take care of it, it won't last. That's my opinion. And I'm saying this, I'm joking around and messing with you, but the thing is, people are not caring for their stuff, so it doesn't matter if things are well built if you don't take care of them.
Oh, we live in a disposable society, and
yeah.
That's the way it is. That's not going to change to some extent, and especially now that you got $100,000 car that has a 5-year shelf life, because everything's going to wear out. When everything is interconnected to a computer that goes out of date within a certain amount of time, you got a disposable car. Yeah, no, but Dan, you're also
that's different.
You're forgetting one thing. It's design obsolescence. That's not. It's that things are done on purpose, but also the technology. The computers are a bad example because the technology jumps every 6 months. Things are obsolete within 6 months in the world of computers. That's why it's a really weird call to have everything in your car controlled by a computer that's basically useless or not going to be programmed for within 5 years. Oh, okay, hi, Fee. Thank you.
Let me check for something in here. There's a lot that it says like, what is right? Okay, guys, this is more the right to repair thing we're talking about. There are people who care and wants to fix things, and things gotta last. Like nobody won't have a problem repairing an alternator if it lasts 10 years, 5 years, depending on what you use the car for, because that depends also the life of it. But we're talking about more the right to repair. So cell phones, they fit in, but people a lot choose to just to have the latest and greatest. They're willing to sacrifice that.
And so, right to repair will become a bigger issue is in the car world in the next 5 years. But
it's already becoming.
Yeah, but just to get back to the other point, there's a difference between making a part that doesn't last and making a part that's bad out of the gate.
Yes,
that is not the same thing. Everything I understand them making stuff that it lasts 2-3 years, not 10. But when you make product that's shit out of the box, and it's a way too common, instant failure is not a design. Is not a good thing. That doesn't do you any good. It's not designing problematic things into it. When you design stuff that's bad, or you make a bad part and you know you're making a bad part, that's different than making something that's going to wear itself out faster than a good part.
Their business is to resolve a problem. Just like that. If they don't resolve it, they're not doing their job. Easily as that, folks.
Yeah, and design obsolescence is a big part of the reason, but there's more to it. It is actually multifaceted within the same basic realm. There's making stuff like phones and things like that, where the technology itself grows so fast that this is out of date when you bought it. Then there's making design obsolescence on top of it. When you start writing code that slows this phone down on purpose, that is dirty tactic on top of everything. But that is a secondary part on top of making crap product out the gate. Thank you for still listening there, Tom.
Okay. Take care, Tom. Doctor. Take care.
You're dropping in, my friend.
I think I will propose this to 6%. If you have listened well, I think you should take a note and expand of these topics. You have a lot. You have your years of project cut for you.
I'm sorry, Juan. Say that again. I lost you.
Okay. We'll speak later. Just remember this dream, okay?
Yeah. And Eleanor, you are correct, but there is a difference when like with, especially it affects farmers because it's the biggest in farm areas. When you can't repair a tractor and they can disable there's a lot to it, and I know a little bit, but I don't know as much as I really should to speak fluently on it. But yes, there are things within a car that can kill you. If you screw with an airbag, you screw with electrical components, you can hurt yourself. There is a difference, but it's not just the right to repair. It's like you or I being told we can't work on our cars when we were both certified mechanics. We've done this professionally because we don't, like, I don't work for a dealership or any place specifically now. They would say I can't repair it, even though I technically have the knowledge to do so. That's where right to repair. It isn't, again, it is multifaceted. It's not just, I don't mean just saying anybody that just says I have a screwdriver, I can take the screw out. Yeah, there is that. You're always going to have people that Darwin award themselves into a bad spot, but you can't write laws because of the few idiots when the majority of people will know where to stop or where to draw the line. You have to write laws for the majority, not the minority. You have to do these things assuming that you're never going to save everybody from hurting themselves. You're just not going to do it. So you have to write things across the board for everybody, not for the few.
It's dangerous, LNA, what they want to do with it. That law is to protect ourselves. And the thing is, that law is on par with the Constitution, so it's more serious than repair. If you
right, there are so many fine lines in it, so they just cut it all together. I don't agree with it, but I understand. Yeah, and it's like with anything. It's like any time, and not to get off political stuff because I don't want to make this channel political at all, but when you start writing laws in any way, shape, or form because of one or two actions by horrible or stupid people, you're treating everybody like they're horrible or stupid. No, the majority of us do the right thing, or at least, enough to not get ourselves truly injured or do horrible things to other people. You can't write laws because of one person's stupidity or violence or anything else. You can't do that because then you're treating everybody like a criminal. It doesn't work like that. It shouldn't.
The thing is, a lot can be said, but I like to always go to the past or the beginning of things. If this keep going up, they have to stop at a certain point. I hope so, because we need people to be engineers, like the Wright brothers, like people, whether you like it or not, Elon Musk. We need people to design newer stuff. Even if we don't like them or they're not effective, we need people like that in our society. So if they keep playing with this stuff, we're gonna take away the ability to make an innovative country like the US. US has grown by being innovative, by having these freedoms. I think that covers the majority of it. We need people like that.
In a way, our creativity and innovation is both simultaneously the worst thing that ever happened to humanity and the planet, and the best thing that ever happened to humanity and the planet. Because no matter
you're changing topics now.
I'll lead back to it. There's no matter how many people use things for evil or do things to destroy things, there's always going to be someone who comes in and finds a way to fix it or make it better. We make a horrible decision and we make great decisions. We screw stuff up. We find a way to fix it. That, unfortunately, that's part of.
That's where the lie gotta come in. That's where the lie gotta come in because of our nature as humans, but not for be able to fix your toaster. No.
And Dan said it in a more abrupt way. If you're if you own it, then you should be able to do whatever you want with it. Correct. If people are actually killing themselves, that is their choice and right to do so, natural selection. To an extent, you are completely right. You just said a little bit more abruptly. I disagree. We need to slow down. To an extent, I think so. It's a weird. There's a lot more to it than we'd ever be able to cover in a
Yes.
topic. And there's so many different facets of it. It's not just. There's no simple plug-in for this. It's understanding the finer points of all of it and finding a middle ground to some things, and some things no, just leave people hell alone.
Yeah, and something that I found in that I'm on point with 6%, and not because we haven't spoke about this. It's just that I know that this guy probably seen the same thing that I'm seeing. Doesn't matter your opinion, folks. You gotta watch what is happening right now.
Everybody's opinion does matter, but
okay. Let me say this.
Give me 1 second, then please. An informed opinion matters. If you need to read up on, if you think whatever the topic is, I don't care, and you feel this way about it, try to read whatever you can from the other side in the middle and everything else to have a truly informed opinion on it. At least know your argument and someone else's argument, and maybe someone who doesn't care. At least be able to converse with people about
when I was stating the opinion wise, personally, I was referring to what is going on, the bigger picture.
Yeah.
Of what is going on around us, not our opinions of what happens under our roof, because we live in a world, or let's say in the United States, and there's a lot of things going on. There's companies, there's people, there's businesses. We need to be orientated of what we're talking and referring to, because and what is going on. That's why I went to the past, because people want to be able to, let's say you buy this, but it doesn't belong to you. Someone stated that in the comments. And one thing America is about, you buy something, it is yours to keep, it's yours to do whatever you want, it's yours to whatever you want to fix. Why I did go to the past? Because what is happening right now, which Scott don't want to get into it, which I understand, is if they do whatever they want to do, we won't have the nation that has made America what it is, to be innovative. And just by stating that, I'm clearing out all the problems, Yeah,
and
that's what I'm trying to say.
I'm assuming also part of one is the stuff that we're talking about is a very small window of what's actually happening. It's what people see. The stuff that's actually happening that is causing this is up here, and it's pushing and pushing and pushing. So what we're talking about is here. The reality of it is somewhere up here, and you kind of have to look at all of it to get why this matters, is because it's one kernel of this entire ear of corn of stuff that we don't necessarily want done that is being done. And there's just so much more
happening. And the thing is, the things that are happening that will get to our ears like 3 years later, which is ridiculous. That's why you gotta do research. Thankfully, there are good people on YouTube. You can search for it. And part of me about if I heard someone about their opinions don't matter, I just wanted to say that they matter, but you need to know the reality so you can base your opinion on the reality of what is going on, and not your well, it's under your roof. If it's under your roof, you fix whatever you need. Yeah.
We have access to most of the history of the entire planet in our hands and can find information within seconds. And a lot of people use it not for that. They don't do any research with it. This thing is incredibly powerful. There's more knowledge in this little phone than you'll ever be able to use. And it's at your fingertips. So use it. Find out. Do research. Look at more than one thing.
Read.
Don't just confirm your biases. Read. This is when I grew up with dictionaries and having to go to the library to find stuff. Everything within reason, anything you want to know about, is available to you within seconds, and 90% of the people in the United States can, at least. And like Ellen is saying, I don't want a spaceship, and I agree with you, but at the same point, people going out into outer space advances in technology that we see in our day-to-day lives. It's just a slower thing. It's like Mercedes and BMW are 8 to 10 years ahead of every other car maker. They make all the new advancements, and now you don't want them because they're in the development stages and their cars wear out faster because of it. But the stuff you see in their cars today is stuff you'll see in a Chevy in 8 years. It like you said, it trickles down, and I don't want anything implanted in my brain. But the technology for that means that somebody that is paralyzed, if there's a way to make them walk again because they could connect the brain to throughout the body and basically go around the broken parts, that's what's amazing about it. Like I said, we make horrible. People can take something like that, and there'll be the group A that wants to do horrible things with it, and there's group B that wants to empower the planet with it.
Mm-hmm.
I want those advancements. There's always going to be group A that are douchebags, but there's also always going to be group B that will take that stuff and use it for what it is. It's to empower people. When you make people better, you make everything better. If we make people smarter, you make the world better. You make people less likely to hurt each other because they don't understand. Most people act like assholes because they're afraid of what they don't understand. The default is anger because don't challenge me, whatever. But the more we know, the more strength we have, the more unified we are, the better people we are, the more we're able to help each other and grow better. And everyone is stronger, everyone's smarter, everyone's healthier. That is good stuff.
That's what we want to see.
Not that I wanted to get on a soapbox, but I heard that 4 years I heard that for 4 years we can talk it a lifetime till we run for office and change things. It's a moot point. To an extent, but the biggest thing is no matter whatever you do or don't believe in political wise, there are this many politicians and the people that enforce their rules. There are this many of us. There's always strength in the people. The more that the people know the reality of the world, the stronger they are, the less these little insignificant people can do to us in the name of whatever they decide to call it.
Exactly.
And never forget that whatever political party you might like and whatever law they might do, that's what the next time that the party you don't like gets in power, they're going to use that law against you. So think deeply about any law that people make that you support, because if the group you like is in power now and they're not in power in 2 years, are they going to use that law against you? You got to think about this stuff. It really does matter. In the long term, it matters. And if anybody's both Republicans and Democrats suck.
And the thing is, the group A you were referring to 6%. The douchebags, they know what we're talking about, and they work long term, no matter what party wins or not. No, so it's not about that. So it
doesn't. And then we'll jump off this because I don't want us to get too far into the political realm, but it doesn't. You change out figureheads every 2, 4, or 6 years. The people behind the scenes never change. So things just keep moving. Sometimes they're a little slower. Sometimes they're a little faster. But the rocket ship's still going one direction. So look into that stuff, and then no more politics because it's too easy.
No, it's too easy, but we're referring to people's lives. So that's what they want, that everything sounds like politics. This ain't politics. This is about you, me, people in the comments, and everyone. So it's more serious. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's hard for me because I don't like Democrats or Republicans. I'm much more independent.
Well, it would be wonderful if you didn't say anything about that.
It's hard to, but everybody thinks if you say this, then you're a Democrat. If you say that, you're a Republican. No,
we're not. No, well, we don't care.
It's too hard to have a nuanced conversation about political topics on the internet because you miss things. You don't, one-to-one, I love talking politics because it gives you a chance to talk to people, maybe learn something, and hopefully they learn as well. But on here, it just becomes a pit playing chess with a pigeon. Nobody wins.
Nobody wins, but okay. Want to read that to you?
Go ahead, one.
Oh, read it.
Our forefathers set up the Constitution for violence, but diplomacy, the system is there. What does it distract you? It's a pre-revolution. Meanwhile, it's much easier than we outnumber them. But at the end of the day, the most important thing to remember is the Constitution is not a bill of what we can do. It's a bill of what the government can't do.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about what we can do. It's about what they're not allowed to do, and that's what everybody seems to be missing. It's not to regulate us. It's to regulate the government. It's to tell them, no, you can't do this. No, this is us. This is ours to decide, not yours.
And thank you, Elena, because that's our point. It's not left or right. It's just the betterment of everyone. That's about it. If I was gonna say something, I
completely agree with you, Elena. I don't like the idea of this country destroying itself, and we're at the point where we don't have to. All we have to do is become informed. If everybody becomes informed, whether you agree with me or not, as long as you know what's actually going on, then we can change it. I don't have to like what you like, and you don't have to like what I like, but we have to know what it actually is so we can fight it together. And that's the whole thing. Unified people that have intelligent conversations about things and know what are going on makes things change for the better, and it doesn't require people throwing bombs at each other and killing each other or doing any other stupid thing. I don't want to see anybody die.
If you allow me 6%, the thing is, when there's problems, something that I learned from you Americans, I'm American, but living here, things need to be spoke about. You got to speak about the things that are happening. That's how things start. Yep. If they want to do whatever they want to do, but each one of us has a YouTube channel and fix things, do you think people will not see that there's a lot of people, and we're seeing it more than what we see on television? People want to have their family, they want their roof, they want to be able to teach those children good values, they want to fix their cars. Everyone likes things cheap in this country. So one thing to make things cheaper is if the knowledge is spread, but we start doing things. Right?
No, I mean, no, yeah, and YouTube is an amazing. There's several 100,000 hours of content put on YouTube every day, and yes, there's a lot of cat videos and people doing dumb things, but
yeah,
there's history, there's music. Look at Tom. He makes music and puts it up for free on YouTube.
Yeah, who does that?
People repair things. There's people that work on houses. There's people that teach you how to speak other languages, how to draw. There is so much knowledge in this little box, and it's easy to discover. And for most people, it's completely free. There's nothing involved, but the only thing that costs you is your time.
Yeah,
and that's a wonderful development. It's a humongous thing.
And if you like Harbor Freight, I'm going to mention a place that you like more. It was Sears and Craftsman, right? They didn't do their own tools. It was Stanley Black & Decker, whoever was the lowest bidder or whatever it may be.
Well, to an extent, Craftsman made their own stuff within reason, but when Stanley bought them, but Stanley, you got to remember, Stanley is the largest tool. Well, Stanley's the largest tool company.
Yeah, but the thing that I was going into, if you allow me 6%, is a lot of things cost more because we don't have a place to work with metal, or if we have it, it's like for us a little thing, but we don't do as much as we did 50 years ago.
No, it's a lot. Well, yeah, it's like, if you watch like Fitzy's Fabrication or Make It Custom or a lot of the other channels where, it's two different spectrums of fabricating metal. Fitzy does it very much in the garage, no fancy tools, and Make It Custom, he'll make the tools to form the metal. Like he'll show you how to build a tool and he'll show you how to use it to shape metal.
Yeah, but let's
No,
go simple. Let's go simple. Do you have old school craftsmen? Anyone in here?
in terms of what?
Tools. Do you have any old school craftsmen? Tools.
Yeah, I've got a
wrenches.
tons. Yeah.
What happens if you take that old school and you look at along? People won't like the example, but and you put a newer snap on it too. Won't you look a lot of similarities, or maybe the craftsman seems a little bit better or alike, close to in quality?
Versus snap. Hold on, one versus a snap-on wrench.
Anything made in America, an old school craftsman, let's say 50 years, 60. I'm just talking about the quality of the metal.
No, well, as you probably know, Snap-on. The one thing they do make, the stuff that they still make in this country,
wrenches and sockets and hand tools.
There is a line where what they do is more expensive, and you are getting something for your money, but it is extremely overpriced.
Yeah,
but like you're saying with because Stanley owns Mac and Craftsman and blah blah blah, but I'm probably going to say around Facom that actually makes the wrenches for the mainline Mac and Stanley and Craftsman. They're literally in the same plant, and there are one for one in quality within almost every aspect.
If you allow me, because we're going another direction.
Yeah.
The thing is, the people do more fabrication in United States. The prices are gonna get lower because they don't have to travel. We don't have to negotiate with another country.
Yeah, there's an offsetting cost.
Yes, and
you're going to spend more here for labor and initially making the material, but at a certain point, you're going to offset the cost within reason from making in another country, shipping it. There is so much.
Yes.
There's so much invested in taking something and shipping it on a boat for 3 months. Now, it's never going to 100% match because there's always going to be somebody that'll make it so cheaply that it just doesn't matter. But there's definitely a line of quality.
But the thing is, we lost those places, those plants, and that's why things skyrocket, because we took ourselves out of the business. This is just common knowledge. If we know this, right, we can make life a little better. That's what we're here for.
We've done it across the board too. It's not just, it's everything.
Mm-hmm.
Silicon Valley isn't even Silicon Valley anymore. Silicon Valley is effectively in Taiwan.
Yeah, there was a place around here that they rebuilt alternators. They closed down when I moved here, and all those hardware that probably were trash because probably someone, maybe their family was not into it. What is this? Trash it. All that knowledge gone.
Yeah. Dana's saying people can be as informed as you can possibly make them, but that won't change the fact people have different values. Large-scale war and violence will never stop as long as people are different.
Hey, Dan, when I
began...
Wrong,
but there's also part of it, the more we know, the less that will happen. And also, war is a thing of governments, not of people.
And I spoke about making things cheap, Dan. Don't change the topic.
No, that was an earlier comment, but we got yakking. But no, there is a... If you put big taxes on imports, all of a sudden made in the USA becomes cheap and fair. Yeah, but that isn't the solution either. That makes it more expensive for us as well. Taxes don't make things cheaper. Taxes, no. The people who get fucked by taxes are us. It doesn't matter if you're taxing something coming in or you're taxing something going out. We're the ones that get fucked by taxes. Period.
Yeah. Do we leave it that theme in here because people are talking about other things that no, we're speaking about quality of life. Yeah, those things will happen, but the main goal of the people, we the people.
Well, the funny thing is, kind of to get back to Craftsman wrenches, yes, they're decent quality, but those things are the most uncomfortable damn wrenches to use on earth. They are not. Yeah, they have a good standard of quality. You're not likely to hurt yourself, but goddamn, they're uncomfortable.
They didn't have the grip back then. You know, they got it figured out now.
Well, they had that, that part where the finish looked like crap and the center was wider, and yeah, I guess that was sort of to give you a better grip. But good Lord, it can, like, even comparing I've got some of my dad's Snap-on wrenches, and using them compared to the good older Craftsman stuff, I'll grab the Snap-ons every time because they don't, even if they're a different pattern, they don't hurt my hand as much. As silly as that might sound, but when you're doing stuff all day long, especially with my hands, anything I can do to save myself a little bit of wear and tear or pain, I'm going to do it.
Craftsman was for the average people. Snap-on were for the car guys and the mechanics, so it makes sense what you're stating.
Well, it's also an industrial in general. Like if you want a good quality wrench that is Snap-on or better, that is not Snap-on priced, it's not Craftsman priced, but it's like a quarter more than a Craftsman, but 3 times less than a Snap-on is right. Right Tools is made in this country, and their wrenches perform that or better than Snap-on stuff. They're just harder to get. People don't know about them, but they make really nice tools. They're made here, and I mean, literally, if you watch any of the testing stuff, they're on par or better than Snap-on, and they're maybe a quarter more than buying overseas stuff.
And so what about the warranty on the right things, right tools?
Yeah, like within reason. I understand the warranty thing, but if you buy a decent tool, you really should have very little warranty use. I have very few tools that I bought that are good, even when I was working every day as a mechanic, that I broke. And I had a policy where I would buy. I didn't have the access. There were 3 or 4 tool companies when I was doing this, not the 20 that there are now. If I broke it, I bought it one more time. If I broke it a second time, I bought the next most expensive tool in that basic configuration because I got tired of breaking shit.
Well, I get it, but the warranty for me, I consider important because that helps to retain the value of the tool.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you're a professional working 24 hours, more than average regular person, I get it.
When you make money with your tools need to be available. They need to work for you.
Exactly.
It doesn't. The beautiful thing now is when I was doing this for a living, I didn't have the options. Like there wasn't. It was garbage, Craftsman, and then the better companies. Craftsman was pretty reliable and normally pretty safe with most of the things you bought from them. But now there's, and granted, they're all made by the same 7 companies within reason, but there is such a wide berth of tools, and within a couple dollars, you can buy something really nice and not pay the exorbitant Snap-on taxes and stuff, and still get a tool that will last you a very long time, if not your lifetime, as long as you don't, destroy it purposely. And that's amazing. It's so nice to see this stuff and then the Japanese tools that are in, the German tools that have come in.
Japanese tools.
The Japanese make some amazing stuff. The Germans make some great stuff. And yeah,
not everything comes down here.
Yeah, Japanese make good stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of they're
not Makitas.
I'm looking. I am. I don't need it, but I will end up buying a Koken ratchet just because I want to try one because everybody says they are really nice, and even Makita.
Wasn't ready for that.
And you had it under yourself, right?
One.
I want to see Juan's face. Just say, let's say on the 1, 2, 3, Makita.
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 No, Juan is not wrong. But also at the same point, you already bought the tools. No reason to buy them again. But when I was a mechanic, Makita was the shit. Nobody else made anything. Battery stuff, nobody did. And then 10 years ago, Milwaukee started coming and ate everybody's lunch. So there was a seismic shift. And then there's a lot of stuff that Makita makes that's, European and Japanese market only that we don't get. That's a lot better. Juan's making hand farts. That's Juan's angry cry. That's the angry Puerto Rican cry.
Yeah, angry cry.
You don't.
Symbol.
You don't want to get a group of angry ones
No.
running down the road.
Off the Puerto Ricans. You do not want it. You do not want that mullet to come out. That's
the wreck on the front and the party on the back. Yeah. That was very fun.
I will say,
this is in the front, ass whooping in the back.
As quality Makita stuff now, I have no idea.
You better say that.
I bought.
Yeah.
I didn't buy those. Like,
yeah.
I got those
now you're getting in line. Huh,
no,
you better.
Okay. Juan.
Now he just watched a few videos and start crying like, let me not upset Juan because
drill, and for 8 years of it, it pretty much did stuff at least 5 days a week, and it still works and runs fine.
For the guitar screws, yeah.
For anything. No. I drill in like leg bolts.
The man made furniture for a living. Come on now.
Yeah. Heavy duty furniture, Juan. Not like that little chair you're sitting on.
Yeah, I gotta go with Tom. Okay, Tom has built actual structural furniture. I'm assuming you've like assembled IKEA stuff. So there's a line there, Juan. There's a line.
Make a trophy about your line.
Oh, okay. Hey, Tom, will you whittle me out a trophy we can send to Juan?
Yes.
Okay.
It's gonna go to the trash.
Juan, it's gonna be amazing. You don't want my trophy?
No.
Well, I'll keep it then. That's awesome.
No, you gotta make it because value that until the truth come out. When the truth come out, let's see what you will do with that.
Okay, so he'll make it with dowels, so there won't be any screws.
Maybe I will take on that offer.
Yeah, do like Amish joinery in the trophy. So no biscuit joints and dowels, no screws. So Juan won't get all offended.
I have a 1960s Ryobi chop saw. That's what I have. That's what I've been rocking on. You have anything against Ryobi?
No, just whatever does the job is fine. But when you say something that is the best of the best, when there has been a lot of improvements, that's where I have a problem.
I like my Makita drills better than anything else I've used. I've used Milwaukee. I mean, I don't know. I like my Makita stuff a little bit better.
Keep playing the guitar. Keep playing guitar.
I can build you a house.
That is true.
And then clean up dead bodies inside of it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, sustain the house.
Can you do a short of you playing the guitar with the Milwaukee or with the Makita?
Someone did it already. That's why I think he's laughing. Someone did it already.
Oh God! Here we go. Here comes the expert of all tools.
Here I am.
Burger King, Dan.
What's going on? Hey, what's up, little bro?
We got any angry Puerto Rican in the corner. He actually got so pissed he's now left. So
holy shit! What are we talking about?
We talked about Makitas again.
Oh, quality stuff. What about it?
No, I think he's ignoring us now. So
okay.
I burned up my battery Ryobi chainsaw before 6. I would. This is from. I have no knowledge, but I don't think I would want a cordless chainsaw. At least in my head, that certain tools are going to get burned up, like grinders and saws. I would think like a chainsaw. I think it'd probably be a pretty burn upable thing.
Yeah. Hey, that's back to me.
Oh, hey, hold on. We gotta. Can you read the comment there from Slimo?
What? The Union Thug is here. That's right. God damn it.
Yeah, check that out.
Hey.
Got
3 prongs again.
Look at you, made it in the 1960s.
Damn.
Well, I made it past the night. we upgraded the 1960s to today's technology for grounding.
Well, no, if it was today's technology, you'd charge it Bluetooth.
You know, Tom, if you take that ground plug and you just whip that off there, it will plug into more plugins.
Hold on, Dan. I think he's been waiting to do this actually.
The Burger King Juan has now ascended. Look at that.
Yeah, Burger Dan likes orange.
Orange? Like
yeah. I think he's talking about he's saying you work at Burger King and he's talking about your orange Mustang all in one swoop.
God damn. Well, I have a red Mustang, so you must be talking about my produce life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he mingles with the oranges sometimes. Keeps them
I
safe.
figured you'd be throwing them on the picket line by now.
What's that?
I figured you'd be throwing oranges on the picket line by now.
No, I won't spend my money there to buy oranges. Boycotting.
How is the strike going?
Well, I mean, the strike lasted technically 4 days. It's not an open-ended strike. We had a start date and an end date because that protects our jobs. If we had an open-ended strike, then our jobs could be replaced and they wouldn't care then. They want to take their final offer to a vote, which we already voted 99% no on, but for whatever reason, they think we're just going to change our minds now and vote yes, which I don't see the logic in that, but okay.
The vote is by paper or raising how it is? The votes.
Dartboard.
The votes. They are paper votes because we don't need any fucking
ink
dubious shit going on.
Use ink.
Electronic voting machines.
Don't use this.
I'm not asking you to tell me what you make, but what is your like starting rate at your supermarket for somebody coming in the door?
$12.
Okay, because I'm asking. I saw it today when I went to the Kroger here, which is my main supermarket. The starting was $15.75.
Yeah, we want to jump the starting to an even 16.
When I first started on the clean team, I made $6.15.
I made $7.25 when I first started.
My first job, I think I made $4.50 an hour. So I am old, but you know.
But now you. Oh, hey! I made that.
Juan. Yeah, Dan actually can make things. He made this.
Well, yeah. Give them the shittiest example possible too.
This is the pen I have here in my work drawer. I think it's one that you didn't like finish all the way.
Well, that was one of the first ones when I think I did that on a drill. I didn't even have a lathe then. I just fucking spun that shit on a drill.
Was it a Makita?
Could have been, actually.
It works.
Ah, see, that's some of the fancier stuff. Yeah, see, look at that. Oh, where? Okay, yeah, right there.
No, too close.
Yeah, it doesn't focus.
There you go. That's a little better.
Fancy shit. See, I went from messing with fucking wood making pens to now carburetors. How about that? That's a transition for you.
Well, actually, that pin is about the same size as the hole in your carburetor. So.
Wow. Yeah. I think that's.
Be careful about those references.
Decorative carburetor pen holder.
You should start making his decorative flathead screwdrivers. You can sell those for carburetor adjustments. Like, emboss your name in them and turn them all pretty.
I could, but I would
That's a
need
good
time
idea.
for that. I don't have time.
Mm.
I don't even have time to make videos anymore. Well, no. I could make videos. I just don't feel like making videos at the moment.
He doesn't even have time to shave.
I'm taking a vacation from video making.
Juan's saying you look like you're homeless.
Well, he said I looked older than this guy earlier, which I feel is insulting to me because he's ancient at this point. So
No, I'm ancient. He's not.
Manscaped, if you're hearing us, this guy needs you to sponsor him.
No.
Actually, that's not a bad gig. Yeah, get that sponsorship dollars, man.
I cannot justify sponsoring a fucking electric razor. Are you kidding?
No. No, you go to Manscaped and you be like, look at this. I need something to take care. They'll send you combs and oils.
Yeah.
Oh.
Dan, not everything has to be like this. There is more shit in the world. They don't just make, like ball hair trimmers. They make stuff to do all kinds of stuff.
They got stuff to make your beard nice.
You know what makes your beard really nice? 10W30. You get a little bit of that on it. Shines it real up, keeps it nice and uniform.
Was that your funnel when you were updating the oil in the Mustang? You just sit over the Velcro?
No. You see, you pour the shit in, right? Yeah. You go, you check it, and you just swipe a little bit off there. There you go, and you put it back in.
I've been wondering what that smell was. Now we know.
Yeah.
This explains why you don't have a girlfriend either. So.
Well, no, that's because, I'm not sure if I can say the reasons on your live stream.
You're a eunuch? I don't need to know those things, Dan.
No, I had bad experiences.
Yes, he's
Not
very.
worth it.
No, not unique, a eunuch.
I know what you said.
I know. I'm not sure Dan does, so.
The beggar left out the chat.
I specifically said girlfriend, not ex-wife, because I didn't want him to go down that thing where you can see his face getting redder and him getting all. Rrr!
It's better to leave him alone on that. I think.
To be fair, she's a real.
She
real
probably
piece of
deserves
work.
her age, but.
Oh yeah.
Right, tell you
if
what.
anybody deserves it, she does.
Who?
What?
Who?
Yeah.
What?
Hamburgers. We were talking about hamburgers.
Your ex only.
Tell you what, if Manscaped starts making actual fucking shit to cut your hair with, I might do a sponsorship with them. All right. But until then,
that was white. That was white, and now it looks yellow.
Well,
That's razor.
It's fucking old, Juan. It's old as shit.
And you don't use it. Look at the color of it.
No.
I do use it.
Come on. Dan, is that bone or ivory handle?
Neither. It's a
decomposed plastic. It works fine because it's 8 years old.
It's not technically plastic. This was before
is it
plastic.
Bakelite?
Yes,
Bakelite.
Bakelite. That's the term.
It's made in Japan 8 years ago.
No, this was before made in Japan was a thing.
Plastic existed, so.
This was like from the 1800s.
It was made things in America.
Your knife, your restrict. Yeah, you basically are in the wrong damn wrong century.
Well, no, everything was just better in that last couple centuries. I don't know.
Yeah,
marriage should be unionized.
And his brother shaved with it while doing furniture, so it's gotta be nice.
Marriage should be ununionized.
Marriage should be unionized.
Oh, marriage should be unionized.
And Simon was saying that's your negotiation tool.
Well, this? I got way better things than this.
It looks like you could get a disease from that.
Well, I mean, I could definitely fuck somebody up with this. I mean,
I think that thing haven't seen alcohol like in a decade.
So where's it? Do you have the leather strap where you do this before you shave?
No, I got a homemade one just out of an old belt. But most of the time, I'll just use my hand or something. I mean, your hand is basically just as good as a leather straw.
He
That's
just used
essentially
that
what
thing
it
to
is.
polish
It's just
his
leather.
fingernails.
What about my fingernails?
To take
You
the
said
extra
you had
skin
to
off.
polish your fingernails.
Yeah, to take the extra skin off. Like,
Wait, what? I completely missed what the fuck you were saying.
he doesn't even take care of his nails, so that's
No,
why
I mean
he's confused.
that was a little bit of a. I mean, that was a little bit of a leap of logic there. They're going to
That
take
was,
a razor out and shave off his nail cuticles.
yeah, that was quite a leap there.
You don't
I'm
take care
glad
of it
I'm glad he got it because I don't think anyone else did.
because you. I won't say anymore.
Yeah.
You need to take care of yourself. You're so lost.
I take care of myself, god damn
It's
it.
like shampoo. What is that? How is it called? I use soap. Who uses shampoo?
Well, I mean that is the truth there. Who does? I mean, you already have the soap. You have the bar of soap. What else do you need?
Yeah, no, I bet because your beard looks old, and if you use soap and that shampoo, it will look like yours.
Well, what the fuck who am I trying to impress, Juan? You?
Conditioner.
Yeah, you gotta learn from your older brother. Look,
You mean my younger brother, according to you.
yeah, younger brother.
Look, all right. I look old because I am old, Juan. I ain't
No,
fucking changed it.
in Juan's defense, to me, it's not. You do look younger, but you act like you're 450 years old with all the shit you. I like my straight razor. I put a corn and a cob in my pocket and said style at the time. Like,
Wait, no. Have you ever shaved with a straight razor? Because if you have, you'd never go back. All right. I'm just saying that right now.
that is 10 times more effort than I would put into that shit. I
It's
just want to
lots of
shave
effort.
and
It's obviously more effort than he's putting in at the moment.
that is true.
It's fucking winter. You don't shave in the goddamn winter. This is what keeps your face warm.
So when your beard hair and your chest hair start, tying themselves together, do you shave it at least?
Well, no, it connects the chain. See,
Yeah. When you can't raise your head anymore, time to slice it.
what do I need to raise my head for? I don't do work anymore.
Oh, yeah, that would explain why.
Tom, we need a brum.
No, he is the beard excuse for getting a raise of your work. Like, I look like this because I don't earn enough. So
Juan, you should grow a beard.
I cannot.
Why not?
What do you
I'm
mean
not
your
able.
face grows in all Joe Dirt like that, or?
No, it doesn't grow like that. Maybe in a few years, but
So you gotta start it. Yeah, just let it go and just not give a shit.
What's up, ASO?
Hey,
I've been growing beards before they've been cool.
right?
Yeah, I don't like it getting any much longer than this. It just gets caught in things. I don't like that. So
a goatee could be possible, but no, I cannot stand it.
I don't just do a mustache or a goatee. I just look like a cop.
That would be good.
Do I look like a cop to you, 6%?
No, I said I look like a cop. I look like if I do like a beard or a mustache, I look like a goddamn undercover cop. I can't help it, so I don't do it.
I need to see some ID if you're going to be around these parts.
Yeah, pretty much. What's up, Jim's Fastback Garage?
Hey,
Yo, Jim.
What up?
Can we hear more of that gorgeous guitar, or you have enough?
It's getting kind of late. I'm trying to.
Oh, you put things in order. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
He doesn't want to wake up the whole neighborhood.
Yeah. No, I get it.
That and you can't really even hear it on StreamYard, which is kind of a bummer.
It actually is I think they fixed one of the glitches, but that guitar actually does probably sound the smoothest of anything you've played on any of the live streams. Like you can actually hear. It doesn't get drowned
I
out.
even noticed.
And maybe it's just the quality of the instrument. I guess I don't know.
And also the player, because
It's because it's old. They made good quality shit back in the day.
And
I do have
on guitars, yes.
I do have one question. I had this song in my head the last couple of days. Have you heard "White Horse" by Chris Stapleton?
Maybe.
times.
I don't recognize the name.
I'll throw it in Discord. I was wondering, there's a guitar and drum solo in it that I think would be sweet ass as a like student stuff or montages or time lapse. I was wondering if it would be something. I'll throw it in there and see if it's something you would be interested in trying out. I love the riff. It sounds awesome.
I have shown my music to you guys, and I have gotten any feedback on it.
Hold on, what? I'm sorry, Juan, did I miss something there?
My taste on music on the Discord.
I'll have to actually look more. I just expected I was just gonna get flooded with Barbie girl stuff. So
no, that was. They went to a direction that I don't like, so they gotta go.
oh, so you're not a fan of Aqua anymore? That's pretty bad. Actually, know the name of the band.
They just you know the name of the.
I know the name of the band. I thought the lead singer was cute, so yeah, she was pretty hot.
I thought you were speaking of the guy. I don't know what's.
No, that would not be the guy that says "Okay, Barbie." That's not the lead singer one.
That's just some guy. He was outside the studio when they were doing it, and they were like, "Hey, we got this part. Come on in." Like, okay, yeah. What do you want me to do? Come on, Barbie. Let's go party. Oh yeah, I can do that.
Oh my! No, I cannot go along because now I say Barbie girl, people will think about the movie. No, they gotta go.
Yeah, we can't do it.
Okay, so so next year for Christmas for Juan, we need a Blu-ray copy of Barbie and a Makita. We'll just ship that down to you.
No, JIS screwdriver. Send me one of those. The vessel one with the back on metal, like you can punch it.
The indexing head.
Yeah. With Impacta.
Give it a
Impacta vessel. Impacta vessel.
All right. Yeah, Jim, you're gonna have to get on one of these live streams one day, man. Come on in here.
I haven't seen Dean on there.
He might be taking some time off. I appreciate him coming on the stream last week. That was fun.
Mr. Bond is not here.
Yeah, Dean Bond.
Yeah.
All right, time to hunker down.
Ding bong.
My name is Dean Bond.
Ding bong. You didn't get it, guys. What are you doing there, Tom?
Nothing. Mind your business.
No, that's not healthy. That's not
He's
healthy.
playing the part of Does Nothing Special. Does Nothing Special has been working a bunch lately.
Oh yeah, I won't turn the light on then.
Oh yeah, what about him?
He's been slammed. There was a big pickup for when he was saying in his job. They bumped his hours up quite a bit, so he's working his butt off right now.
Wow. He even went to Burger King trying to visit Dan. And he was
Yeah,
not
I tell
there.
you what, I went to Burger King and
You were trying to speak like him?
No, is anybody hearing a siren in there?
Not
The
No.
me.
stream?
No.
Apparently, you want to look out your window, Jim. Maybe
Yeah.
it's your neighbor.
That might be you, Jim. They might be coming for you.
But yeah, Dan, can you show us more of your relic junk that you have over your house?
Well, as a matter of fact, I can. I got this carburetor here.
Oh, make it big.
I still have
6%.
to send it off to get tested. Yeah.
Where you want to get tested?
I'm doing a channel collaboration with a YouTube channel called Joseph Nowak. Yeah, that's what the channel is. And he has a flow bench, and he's been flowing. He flowed this before we modified it, and now we modified it. He's going to flow it again. We're going to see what all this stuff did, essentially. And then I'll get it back, and then we'll work. We'll work even more on it. So.
Sounds nice. So you want to know how the part was working before, and then you plan on replacing it, because I think you have a newer part of that.
Well, no, we're working with this. Like this is the test mule. We're testing to see, like, I cut off the choke tower, right? All that grinding in there, all the shiny bits, right?
Let's make the part better. Basically.
Yeah, polish it. We are looking to see. I mean, we knife edge some of the butterflies, right? We are seeing what exactly all this modification truly boils down to on the actual flow bench.
That is very interesting, Dan.
Yeah. So, and then after this, then we'll move on to the next step. I'm going to put a larger base plate on it, a 750 base plate. This is a 650. So increase the diameter. Then we'll have to obviously hone out the bottom of the bores so that it fits. So we'll see what that does. We might build a JB Weld velocity stack on it here. Who knows? You know, we're just gonna play with it, see what all this crap does. I've been meaning to ship it out to them, but holidays happened, so then I didn't do much. So.
Yeah, not easy.
Yeah, Jim is saying that she heard the siren, and that might be true, Jim, but I know where she lives, and hearing sirens and gunfires and all that, an odd occurrence where she lives. So.
Is that all your plans, Dan, for your channel?
I mean, I got the tri-wise that is a part of the engine build, so I have to.
I haven't watched that video yet. I thought tri-wise went out of style.
Well, they went out of style, but in actuality, the actual tri-wide design is an optimal design.
I thought equal lengths were better.
No, equal lengths are not, in fact, better, because the firing order of a V8, you're going to bound to have two cylinders that go off one after another on the same time there, or on the same side. Well, what that does is that comes down, they hit the collector at the same time, and they essentially, overload the collector. So really, you would want unequal length headers in order to compensate for that. Yeah. Dependent on your firing order.
There's that link, so everyone that wants to see him, there's the channel link. Say hi and watch one of his wonderful videos.
Dan the Carburetor Whisperer.
One of my, I think I have over 500 videos now. I'm not sure. Maybe 600. I haven't even looked. Long time.
Shit, I was dumping 2 shorts a day there for Almost 2 months. I'm not that far behind you.
That's wonderful.
That's gonna slow down this year. So
You're gonna post less this year?
yeah.
Oh.
I can't, Dan. I made 104 hours of content last year. I can't do that again. It's too much.
He wants to look and make less and better.
I'm gonna focus on trying to make more in-depth content, and I don't want to. I'm gonna run into the same basic thing this year with having one car as a main focus of the channel, and it's gonna suck down my content. So I've got to try to do other things to mix it in, because I started to lose traction with the Chandler because it was just too many things on one project.
I mean, technically, all I have is the Mustang. So, but yeah. Did they say you can't run tri-wise with stick shift trans?
Never heard that one.
Well, it depends on what you mean. Some tri-Y headers might not physically fit with
I
a
could see that, yeah.
manual trans, but as far as like where they make the power, that each header is completely different. Like tri-Y headers are a whole lot more than like these, for example. The Y's happen fairly close. You know, it's kind of like a shorty header. I mean, you could have tri-Y headers that don't merge until way down here. You know, it's all about where you put the three Y's is where they're going to tune at and how they're going to perform. So,
thanks. When I've always liked Toyota little mini trucks, and for the longest time, the tri-Ys were the header to get for the four bangers. That was the most common performance header, was the tri-Y.
Yeah.
I just haven't seen them in a while. Like literally, I haven't seen anybody running them in a while.
Oh, they're old school. You know, they're old school design. And one thing for me, particularly, right, in my case, seeing as I have a Ford with shock towers, I cannot run large primary diameter tube headers because they don't fit, right? The tri-Ys, like this is 1 7/8 inch piping, right? I am able to cheat that restricted area by having tri-Ys to get my larger primary tube diameter length. Because all of this takes turns, right? I mean, they're not all firing at the same time. This pipe will fire, then a couple more revolutions, then this pipe will fire, right? So essentially, it's just a stepped header at that point, which takes up less room because of the tri-Y design.
Yeah, Jim's saying the left side is where the Z bar goes. Yeah, I can see that especially with the older style where there's a Z bar, there's so much stuff for the manual trans. I can see that being a problem.
Yeah.
You almost don't even have to run collector extensions with that longer collector on it, do you?
Well, I was looking at that. It depends. You do it without collector extensions. You put collector extensions on and see how it feels. Because of all the differing, you know, it's all a volume thing. However much volume is inside the pipe, you know, at the end of the day, and also sonic. Header is like the exhaust is very technical. I mean, you could figure it out, but it's just easier to trial and error shit rather than try to do math on it.
Well, I want to see you turn them around, point them forward at the hood, and connect it to 2 big turbos for that 302. So.
Turbos are just too much piping. It's too much. If I was gonna go supercharger, I would just do a supercharger. Well, god damn it, cat! What are you doing?
The cat.
Cat's jumping on things.
Yeah, the cat's been like in it. It looks like a rerun because the cat's been on the cupboard off, on the cupboard off, on the cupboard off, on the.
Yeah, I gotta get a fucking giant wheel that can just run in like a hamster.
They're not hamsters.
I have a team, and they barely fit. Well, you also have a 67. I have a 65. The 65 has a narrower engine bay. The
Yeah,
67 is a bit
he's got the
wider.
full secretary car, so there's less room in the hood.
Then the Clevelands actually fit better because the heads are canted, so the exhaust comes down, more directly down. They don't go into the shock tower. They kind of dip down along the shock tower.
Yeah, I agree, Jim. I think Dan photoshopped the cat in the background. And it glitched and just kept redoing itself.
Maybe
you
he
guys
has
quit trying to fucking expose my photoshopping skills. All right, just
you're the one who made a video with you blowing up a melon and something exploding in the background, and
I did. Yeah, that was fun. You should do content like that 6%. Just to blow shit up.
Yeah, when I do that, I did that. It didn't do any goddamn thing.
I never seen you shoot anything.
I blew up an
airbag thing. Yeah, it was just that airbag thing. People see airbags all the time.
No, they don't. What I didn't do is I didn't do it in Ukraine and blow some poor guy off the seat and through a roof like that one that everybody's seen.
Well, you see, that would be impressive. Yeah.
I don't want to hurt anybody, Dan.
Well,
I went out in my backyard. I got another one. I'll do it.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Actually, I'm not gonna because it won't do any good. Like I said, if I put effort into shorts, they go nowhere. So it's like, throw them out there, see what happens. No, I'm going to change the content up. I'm going to try to do more things, and there should be more shop tours this year, which would be nice. So
the shop tours videos get really decent views.
They're decent. They're at least as good as the other stuff. And it's more of a when they start coming out more regular, I think they'll pick up a little more steam as well. I got 6 of them out this year. I'm still kind of impressed with that, considering I started from nowhere, and it just takes me talking to a lot of people. So they should start. I should start filming later this month, beginning of next month. It all depends. It's more of a letting everybody get back from the holidays and then just throwing out a bunch of emails, getting stuff rolling. Tom popped completely off. He was in the background for a while, but now he's gone.
Disagree about the shock towers.
I think he may come back.
Yeah, you measure them. I think they're a couple inches shorter in the 65. 67s, they widened it out. Because the 67s actually came with 351 Windsors, I believe, as an option. And that's simply because they could physically fit them. Where the 65s, they technically fit in the 65, but not nicely. That thing actually works, huh? Still working?
He just interrupted and finished like nothing, and nothing happened.
He's a guitar man.
That thing does sound pretty good without being on an amp, though.
Yeah, I wasn't just messing around. That is probably the cleanest sounding guitar I've heard you play on any of the live stream.
Speak a lot about the craftsmanship, but hey, folks, I will have to jump out.
I think we're going to end it here too. So
okay,
I'm toast. I do appreciate everybody coming in, and thank everybody for being in the chat. Thank everybody for coming on the panel, and see you guys next week. And 2024 is going to be awesome. It's as awesome as that guitar. That's how awesome 2024 is going to be. So thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. Thanks. We'll see you next week.
Later.
Bye, everybody.